Hello, it is Tuesday and it is a new weekly reading vlog. I have no reading updates as of yet. I did not vlog yesterday, partly because I vlogged on Sunday and partly because I did over 2,000 pages in 2 days and I needed a break. So yesterday I had yesterday off work and I literally played Animal Crossing, watched some booktube, watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 1 and then watched Horrible Histories in bed. And yeah, that was literally my day. And I did do a walk to the post office as well. So we got some fresh air and a little bit of exercise. But yeah, that was literally my day yesterday. And then today I have just filmed my These Books Will Self-Destruct video. I've never done one of these videos, obviously, because I've not been on booktube for even a year yet, which is incredible. Like, how is it not even a year yet? Anyway, I've just done that video. There's a few chunky ones on here, but yeah, I feel better about doing that. And my company has a new ops manager, which is essentially going to be my manager, and obviously where we're not in the office, he wants to meet everyone, so we're doing Teams calls and he's doing them with like a few people in each team, like a few teams at a time. And my team is only 2 people, and then there's another team that's only 1 person now, so he's gonna do ours together, and it's today. And do you know what, it's a good job it's today, because it means my hair's done and my makeup's done, so he'll actually get to see me looking presentable as though I was in the office. Also, yes, so yeah, that's literally my update. I still need to finish doing the captions for my Bookopoly-thon vlog that went up like over an hour ago. I just didn't have the energy. I literally edited and uploaded it yesterday and then just didn't have the energy to do anything else with the computer. But yeah, so that's it. I am starting 2 buddy reads today. And I'm probably not going to read anything other than my pages for those 2 buddy reads, because I need a break. Like, I've done so much in the last 2 days and I need a break. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to catch up with you later. So it is very much later. It's like gone 10 PM, but I have reading updates. Let's all applaud me. So I have read my buddy read pages for Carpe Corpus, which is book 6 in the Morganville series. We have read the first 66 pages and I love this one. This is, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but books 5 and 6, maybe 7, I can't remember exactly, but books 5 and 6 at least deal with Bishop. If you've read the series, you'll know who Bishop is. I'm not going to say anything else other than that, but I really enjoy the storyline around Bishop, so loving these ones. So I've read that, and then it's finally happening. Me, Jazz and Kelly are reading The Sky Beyond the Storm. Also, I love this edition so much. But we have read the first 73 pages and this book is already going to break me. However, I sectioned the book off for our pages, and Jazz got to the end of today's pages and she just went, I don't want to stop. I got to the end of the pages. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I ended the pages at the wrong point. It's about to hit the fan and I'm like, I just want to carry on reading. But that's my reading updates. Like, part of me wants to start another book, but at the same time I know that if I read something else whilst doing these 2 buddy reads right now, I'm just gonna like burn myself out. So what I'm thinking of doing, this is like at least 7-8 days of reading, whereas this is only 5. So I'm thinking I should finish this on Saturday. So Saturday or Sunday I am gonna pick up another book that isn't a buddy read to read to read alongside this. And I'm thinking it might have to be Truthwitch, because obviously I am doing the Witchlands read along for Truthwitch, but I really want to get to my other, I've got 2 other books on my main TBR for this month. If I don't get to them, it's not the end of the world. I do actually technically have 3 books. However, I'm not happy with Scribd. So with Scribd, obviously if you have Scribd, you will know that they do this. They tend to limit you on what you can listen to after like 2 weeks of the month, and I'm really annoyed because my mum listened to Chain of Iron, and then which obviously is a very popular book. This was not even a week ago, this was last Thursday or Friday she started listening to it. She read Chain of Iron, she finished it, went to start Blood and Honey. Blood and Honey is now not available until next month, when after my next bill. 1 book. I'm very lucky they have not limited me on Sky Beyond the Storm, so I can listen to the audiobook along with this, which is really helping because I really like the narrators for this series. I listened to the other 3 whilst reading along as well, and it's such a good experience. I highly recommend, if you can, to do that. So I'm very lucky they haven't limited me yet, and I'm hoping they don't before I finish this. But I'm really annoyed because I was going to read Covet this month, because obviously it's only been released on audio and hardback, and I have the first 2 books on paperback, so I can't get a physical copy yet, and I'm really annoyed because now I've got to wait till next month to read Covet. So I'm not happy at all. So I've just looked at my bookshelves and just seen one of the books there, and just remembered on Instagram, I cannot remember the account, but there's one of the book accounts and they post like out of context lines from books, and I read Incendiary by Zoraida Cordova last year and absolutely loved it, and I cannot wait to get my hands on Illusionary, which comes out in May, I want to say. I have bought the very limited edition. I'm very excited for it. It's one that I'm probably gonna read almost as soon as I get it because I'm that excited. But they've started doing out of context Illusionary, and one of the quotes today, I'm not ready for this book. This book is going to hurt. I'm so excited though. I also had an idea for a video I want to film. I already have my video planned for next week, which will go up on my birthday, which is kind of birthday themed. So I'm not going to say yet what this idea is, but I'm really excited to film it, and I'm just like looking at my bookshelves because it's a recommendations video. But I'm really excited to film it and like show off some series that you don't necessarily see on BookTube. So don't expect to see any like Cassie or Sarah or Lee. Like, don't expect to see any of those in that video when that eventually goes up. But yeah, I'm very excited to film that. I'm going to start planning it now and hopefully film it in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, that's literally my update. That's been quite a big update for today. So yeah, I will catch up with you tomorrow when I will have more updates. So it is Tuesday and I am actually working. However, I just got a box. I don't know what this is. It's my Illumicrated Courts of Flames box. Don't understand how excited I have been for this. Oh yeah, so if you don't want to see it, like, stop watching now. Oh my god. so we don't care about this cover because this cover's coming off. This was the only reason I bought this box. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so they're not in order, which is annoying. So we got A Court of Wings and Ruin. A Court of Mist and Fury. Oh. A Court of Thorns and Roses. A Court of Frost and Starlight. Oh. And A Court of Silver Flames. They're so pretty. The fact it's only halfway through the week and I had Monday off is just sending me. So I can only really give you my updates and not give you thoughts today. So I read today's pages. We're almost halfway through. Claire is finding things out. That's all I can really say because it's book 6. And I've taken the dust jacket off, but this is A Sky Beyond the Storm. I've read today's buddy read pages of this. Again, I can't say anything, but Leia's determination is on point. I love her. She's my favourite. I also love Helen. Like, Helen is amazing. But yeah, I'm really enjoying these. Both of these. Obviously, this is a reread. This is not. But yeah. So, I got my Illumicrate Akasif box earlier, as you would have seen. And I actually only have copies of ACOTAR and Akasif to put those dust jackets on. I've been hunting for the other 3 books and I haven't been able to find them in hardback with the new covers anyway, because obviously I'm not keeping the dust jackets, I'm replacing with the Illumicrate ones. And Jamie informed me that Blackwall's have them, so I went onto Blackwall's website and they had them. Granted, a little pricier than I would have hoped, but you know what, it's my birthday in a week, treat yourself. And yeah, I just bought them for myself. It's my birthday present to myself, as is a lot of other things that I'm treating myself to for the next week because why not? I spent a lot of time playing Animal Crossing today, more than I usually do on a weekday. Just because I wanted to. I have a new islander moving in soon. Also, I'm really annoyed because I set up a plot of land, like I bought a plot of land for someone to move in, went to an island, did not want the islander that was there, so thought, right, that's fine, I'll go to another island, see if I want that. Still, there was no one I wanted. The next day, I was going to do island hopping again to try and find someone to fill this, like, plot of land I bought. Some random person has moved into my island, Rocky, who I do not want. So I was like, okay, fine, I'm just not going to talk to him and hopefully he'll just leave. And then it happened again and Freya moved onto my island and I'm like, I don't want Freya either. Because Freya is a snooty and Rocky is a cranky, and I don't want snooties or crankies on my island, thank you very much. So I thought, well, I'm going to try again. Bought a plot of land today and then went island hopping, and there was, oh, I can't remember his name. So I invited him to my island, so he'll probably be moved in tomorrow or the day after, which is yay. I'm having fun decorating my house. I'm getting there with the flowers. I think I can start actually decorating the way I want to soon, which is exciting. And yeah, that was basically it. I just thought I'd give you a bit of an Animal Crossing update. I'm really enjoying having Animal Crossing. It's so much fun. So glad I decided to get a Switch and get Animal Crossing. But yeah, so that's it. That's my update. I was supposed to get my Bone Cries Dawn today, my Fairy Loot edition, but Hermes were delayed, so I'm not getting it. I didn't get it today. I should really read Bone Cries Moon, but I haven't yet. And I've had it for a year and gone out of my way to buy the sequel. I should really read it. Will I? Maybe. But yeah, I'm going to stop babbling and I'm just going to go to bed now because I'm so tired. So it is Thursday. That's Belle making noise. So I've just sat down to read today's pages of Sky Beyond the Storm, and I'm on the first page of today's pages, and a line that one of the characters say just got me. Like, I got actual goosebumps, and this isn't like a spoiler or anything because I'm not even going to tell you who the character is, but it literally says, "As for silence, we are done being silent. Without us, you can't hope to ever take the back from And like, damn, I got goosebumps. But yeah, so that's the thing. I thought I would just come on and do that. I literally woke up, got ready, had breakfast, and then whilst I was making and eating breakfast, I finished watching Maddie's Bookoplathon vlog because I started watching it yesterday and didn't get a chance to finish it because there was sprints on Maddie's Patreon last night along with Becca and Jade's Patreons. So yeah, I think Steph, Ashley and Jade are doing sprints tonight, so I'll be joining in those, but I'm hoping to get a bit of this read before work. I've got like 35 minutes before work starts, so I'm hoping to get a little bit of today's pages of this read so that later I can read Carpe Corpus and maybe start Truthwitch. I might just cave and just start Truthwitch, or I might start Asking the Answer. I really don't know what one I want to start. But yeah, so that's my plan. But I'm going to go and stop talking so that I can actually get some of this read before I start work. Back again. It's been 5 minutes since I last spoke to you, but I just had a thought and I wanted to share it before I forget it. One of the things I love about these books, like the Ember and the Ashes series, is that if there's a journey, sometimes you don't see the journey, but it's not like, oh, they were here, now they're here. It tells you how many days have passed, which I really appreciate, because a lot of time, especially in fantasy, you don't have any idea like of distance and journeys. Usually you only really see the journeys if something eventful happens on it, which yeah, that's the case here. But like, so for example here, like they're talking about leaving one place to go to another, and then in the next like paragraph, like there's a page break, and then the next paragraph it's like 10 days later I enter blah blah blah. And I'm like, I really appreciate that, because we get a sense of actual time passing and not just like, oh, it's like they've just magically gone from one place to another. But yeah, I really appreciate that, which yeah, so thanks Sabata here. So it is a lot later. I did end up finishing today's pages of Sky Beyond the Storm. I managed to finish them this evening, but this morning, the part I got up to, I was in the middle of a chapter and I was like, right, I need to finish this chapter before I start work. And it was the worst chapter to end on because a character died at the end, and I was like, no. I was literally sat there sobbing, whilst logging onto my work computer. It was interesting, but this is getting really good, and I am loving the twists and turns it's taking so much. Then I read today's pages for this. Now, something happened in today's section which I do not remember happening, like, at all. And I'm like, how the hell did my brain forget this? This is like a major thing that happens, and I just don't remember. I mean, I'm not gonna, this is such an old series, like, that I feel like I can get away with spoilers, and I'm not gonna say character names, but a character that isn't a main character got turned into a vampire, and I completely forgot this happened. I don't know how I forgot it happened, but it did, and it's about to go down, and we only have this left. We have 2 days left of the buddy read of this one, and also another character has been introduced in this one, and character, kind of a character, which if you've read this you might know what I mean by kind of a character, but yeah, I'm really excited to continue my reread of this. I'm actually loving this so much more the second time round. And then, because I was joining Steph's sprints, her Patreon sprints, and I was still ready to read more, I started my Truthwitch reread. So I read the first 43 pages of this. I forgot how soon into this book Aoden comes into it. Aoden is my favourite character. Look at him up there next to Aileen and Mia. He is my favourite character, and I love him, and I forgot that he comes into it in like the first like 10-15 pages. But yeah, I am already really enjoying my reread of this, and I'm so glad that Jade is doing the Witchlands along, so that it's given me that kick up the butt to reread this, because I absolutely love this series. It's such a good series, and it's going to give me the chance to actually finally read Sightwitch, because I have not read Sightwitch yet. But yeah, that's the only updates I have. That last sprint that Steph and Jade did, I literally just played Animal Crossing, because the sprint before I read those 43 pages of Truthwitch and I was just so tired. But I get major FOMO if I leave the lives before they end, so I was like, no. So on that last sprint I ended up just playing a bit of Animal Crossing. So yeah, I'm really excited where I'm getting up to on Animal Crossing, because I had an idea the other day for what I want to do with flowers. I already know I want to do like a rainbow flowers, but there's another thing I want to do with my flowers in a different section, and I'm very excited because I am close to being able to start it, maybe even tomorrow, who knows. But I'm very excited because tomorrow is payday, and payday is my favourite time. I placed a massive Waterstones order today, but all but one of those books are pre-orders which are like pretty spread out as well. Like, one of them isn't till September, so like the pre-orders are fairly spaced out, but I thought I would just get them all done on one order, because that way, one, I don't have to pay shipping, and two, I will not forget. I've probably missed one. I also found out that the third book in a middle grade series I have absolutely adored may be coming out in September. So I've been checking it religiously for months, because I think it was October, November time I read book 2, and it's the Dark Deep and the Beast by Ali Condé and Brendan Reichus. And I read The Beast in like October time, roundabout then, and then automatically was like, right, let's see when book 3 is released, and it was saying September 2020 in America for the hardback. Nowhere in the UK can you get it. And then I've been checking fairly frequently for any updates, and it's like still not been available. And then today, when I was doing this pre-order thing, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a look, and it's not available to pre-order on Waterstones yet, but you can, there, if you go onto Amazon and do paperback, there is an option to pre-order for September. However, the cover is the US cover, and I'm really hoping that changes. I don't really do pre-orders on Amazon because I don't like doing them on Amazon. So I'm going to hold out a little bit longer and hope that now that there is a release date for the UK, hopefully that means that the UK paperback will be available to pre-order on Waterstones soon. I hope so, because I really like the series. I also have a hole in my leggings and I've just made it 10 times worse. So these are going in the bin. Oopsie. I need to, that's the point, that's what I need to do payday, order more leggings. I get my leggings from Asda, but they never have them when I go into my local Asda store for, you know, food. I always like go over there and they like never have them. Or if they do, it's like a pack of 2. And if they do, by some miracle, have them and have them in my size, there's always one missing from the pack. So I just get them online. So I need to do that, because I'm now down to like 1 pair of leggings and I like live in my leggings. But anyway, this has become like just a major babble. So I am going to go. I caved today and opened my Amazon parcels that were meant for my birthday, because I have no control. But yeah, I'll be showing them off in my haul video, not this one. But I am gonna go because I am tired. It is almost midnight, and I will catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Saturday, and I did not vlog yesterday. I didn't read much yesterday. I literally read yesterday's Buddy Read pages of this, and that was it. I had a massive day. I basically work in shipping. I'm not going to go into any more details because it is not the most interesting thing. But I basically work in shipping, and if you've seen on the news about the whole Ever Given ship that is currently lodged in a canal in Egypt, that is affecting my work. I deal with a lot of vessels that go through there. It's not been the best, and I just didn't have the energy yesterday, but I have read this today. I finished it today. 4-star. I think it might be a slightly higher 4-star if I'm remembering the Corpal numbers correctly. I really enjoyed this. However, there is a character death in this one that I remember the death happening in the series, but I do not remember which book. I didn't remember which book it was in, and I didn't remember how it happened, and I was a wreck. Let me tell you, I was a wreck. But I absolutely love this. This is one of the ones higher up on my list for ones that I love. Did not read this yesterday. Jazz and Kelly completely understood after the day I'd had. They know a little bit more about how it's affected me, because I had to rant and cry. So I did not read any of this yesterday, so I thought to myself, that's fine, I'll get it read tomorrow, as in today. I've read 1 page. 1 page. I've had one of those days. I am really achy today, and it feels like I have run a marathon. I don't know what running a marathon feels like. I imagine it feels like this, because I feel like I've run a marathon. But yeah, I've been really achy. I had to walk to town because I had to go post office in Asda. I think, alright, so it dawned on me today, I ran out of iron tablets 3 days ago, and I think it could be my body feeling the effects of that, because I've been really tired. haven't been able to get them. I don't get them in prescription because it's so expensive and you only get like a month at a time. So I've always bought them from like Tesco, Asda, Superdrug, anywhere like that, because you usually get 3 or 4 months worth and it's a lot cheaper than a prescription for 1 month. So I've always done that, and I've been trying for months. So the last pack I had was like a 4-month worth, and since I opened that 4 months ago, I've been trying to find, like, trying to get one ready for when that one's finished. Haven't been able to, no. Today I finally caved after not being able to get them in Asda. I finally caved and I got some off Amazon. They should be arriving on my birthday actually, but that means I've still got another like 4 days of this, plus however many days it takes for my body to like get into the like feeling of having the iron tablets again. So I've been really out of it and achy and tired, and it didn't help that I had heavier shopping than I thought I would from Asda. Then my Tesco delivery turned up, because I get the bulk of it delivered by Tesco because I don't drive, and then any little bits I pick up in Asda, and it was heavier than I thought it would be, and I had to carry it home on my own. And then I filmed a video which involved lifting books up, which hurt, and I was tired. I did dinner, I did lunch, and I'm just so out of it. I currently have the middle grade monthly live show for Amari and the Night Brothers on. I do not see myself staying awake for the whole thing because I am so tired. I am gonna take my makeup off now, so I'm gonna wrap this vlog up. It's been a bit of a week reading wise, and I do genuinely think it's because I sort of burned myself out reading 8 books in 48 hours last weekend, but that was fun, so it's fine. I'm hoping if I can catch up tomorrow, I need to read this much to catch up tomorrow, which will be yesterday, today and tomorrow's pages. I'll only have about 100 and something pages left. I'll have dead on 100 pages left, so hopefully I can finish this on Monday. But yeah, I just have not had the energy to do it. I'm gonna feel really bad messaging Jazz and Kelly about it, but I can't force myself to stay awake, and it doesn't help that the clocks go forward for us overnight, so we lose an hour in bed. Yeah. But it's fine. I am gonna go try and shut off soon, and I hope you did enjoy this vlog, even though there wasn't much in it. There was a lot of me talking, not much of me reading, but it's fine. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye!